biggest factor, I'd say, with this Flame season. Just not consistent.
Conroy, it's time to cook. Get in the kitchen. It's time to start making some food.
Not just that he hits and is physical and has the name for that now, but he has a bit of a scoring touch.
Mackenzie Weegar is the best defenseman Calgary's had in a hot minute. Welcome to Flame Stack!
Hey! Gabagoo!
Gabagucci!
This Flames team, as I wear a Habs jersey. I'm a Lost fan. So...
Lost fan.
Yeah. Very 500. Very 500. Still chasing...
We're in a playoff spot.
In a playoff spot. Competitive for it. There are games where they look... It's funny how there are games where they look like they can just squeak out wins when they can't score. That's their biggest problem. They can't score.
No.
They can score over 4 goals. Barely. It gets impossible. They can't score over 3 goals mainly. And that's the biggest problem. Like, when there's games where the play and the chemistry sloppy, Dustin Wolf's there to, bail them out. And that's why Vladar's having such a struggle. It's not because Vladar's a bad goalie. It's simply because the way this team plays, they rely too much on the goalie to, keep them in the game.
I don't know how Wolf's still doing it. He's playing so well at such a high level, and I'm surprised he hasn't run out of gas yet. But I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of happy because we've been waiting for him to be in the lineup, and we kind of wanted this. In a sense,
he might make a Kiprusoff treatment, bro. He might play 74 games a season. He might play 80 games a season.
How many games is he at this year? Holy frick! How many games is he at? Oh my god, I'm so curious.
He's playing more now, but for a couple of months at the start of the season, it was an A and B scenario with Vladar.
Yes, it was. But now I think he fully took over. He's at 30.
Yeah.
He's at 30 if he plays tonight.
How many? That'd be about 20 games then for Vladar, correct?
21 for Vladar.
Game 52 tonight then. Okay.
19-8 with a 2.51 goals against average with a .917 save percentage. Holy shit,
defense on this team. He'd have a better GAA too, which is crazy. But that save percentage is just solid. He looks dialed in though, he can track the puck and everything. Wolf is the biggest story for sure with this team. I mean, I think you have to kind of go into the younger players as well. I think Zari's kind of took a step, maybe not scoring to what you like, but I think he's now a regular.
Yeah, I would probably say if you're talking about young guys, it's Scoronado over there.
I was gonna mention him too. The dude, I don't know what his goal pace is, but he's got such a good shot. We might actually have that 30 goal scorer we need. We just needs a couple more years to keep playing. But Coronado
leaves us. He's at 13 right now. He's fourth on the team in points with 27.
It's not terrible.
No, it's not bad at all. Okay, well, a trade happened, so maybe we should just get right into that. And with the Philadelphia Flyers involving Joel Farabee and Morgan Frost going to Calgary in exchange for Andrew Kuzmenko, Jacob Pelche, a 2025 second-round pick, and a 2028 seventh-round pick. So we're not giving up lots. I do got to say thank you for your time here, Jacob Pelche, because you were looking really good in the last few games, especially on the first line. I got to give you credit. But what you kind of gave us in return, I kind of love. I'm not going to lie. So, T-Dog, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this trade because we definitely got some upgrades.
The team looks a little more structured now, I'd say, with a deal like this. Okay, so my thoughts on this trade. If you want to look pros and cons to everything, a con is you are losing some morale in the locker room because Kuzmenko was a funny guy and Pelche was beloved. Does that affect Huberdeau? Maybe I don't know. But that's what I think the most. So here's the thing, though. Both underperformed.
Yeah.
There was a time where Pelche was the number one prospect to be called up, but players like Zari and Pospisil took that over. So that's just how it goes. So, and then the Kuzmenko, right? So much, you get glimpses where you're like, this guy is good. And then it just doesn't happen. I don't know what it is. So I've heard rumors that he might go back to Russia next season. Fair enough if he does, right? I mean, he'll light up the K.
Yeah.
It'll happen. But so maybe him and Torres will be funny.
We've already seen how Michkov's already doing with him, so
yeah. Mitch Cobb's he's gonna be a good player though. He's gonna be a great player.
He's gonna murder this freaking coach, though, man.
I love Torch, bro. He's a personality, man. Like, don't ever change.
Don't ever change.
From the coach Tampa though, and so the thing, yeah. So I think with that you lose the morale, but they were struggling.
Yeah.
So you look at the Flyers side though with Farabee and Frost, and Farabee's got a high contract, $5.8 million a year, 3 years left, I think, and that's high for what he's been performing with. Frost hasn't really gotten up to what they've expected him as well. I think, I think I think this season they have to sign Cates and Forster, but some of them are signed, I think, too. There's younger players, Bobby Brink I'd even put in this name too, that are, you're going to take these players on your team over Frost for what they've been performing and, what their roles are. And
yeah.
So what's here? So here's the positive for Calgary, right? Is Frost, you're getting a natural center. And he's Canadian, so he probably won't leave as easily as an American.
Yeah.
Right? So the natural center is beautiful. And Joel Farabee, let me tell you, like, he can play on both wings. And yes, like these guys have been struggling for what they are, but they're in the perfect category of what the team needs. They're under 26, which is great because that means they're going to grow with the team, right? You have some more NHL consistency there with Farabee and Frost. So you think about this, all the players involved in this trade needed new scenery. So
True.
Maybe that's all they need is new scenery, right? So maybe it works for all of them. It'll take some time, right? You'll have to come back to this come later in the season. But on a Flames perspective, I think you win this. And it's a cap dump for Philly, but Calgary has the money to spend right now.
That only affected us by like $3 million. We still have $17 million in cap space, but I think you're right on the money with most of this, to be honest. Because I think Kuzmenko needed a change of scenery. Peltier just never really had that chance, and he did get a chance in the last couple of games to kind of prove himself, which he looked really good in. But we have so many winger prospects on this team that we're kind of like, if we let one of them go, it's not going to be the end of the world. And hearing that we did get Farabee, who is a great top six winger for the Flames now, will honestly look really good in the lineup, I think. Yeah. And you really needed Morgan Frost for center. I don't think Flames fans really understood how we were suffering center-wise because we had the four centers and then we had to rely on Kevin Rooney as our fifth. So it's definitely nice to have some options with Morgan Frost there. So I would definitely say that's nice for sure. But, I mean, Farabee had a career high with 50 points in 82 games with the Flyers. And then Morgan Frost had a career high of almost 46 points in a season, and he did that in multiple seasons. So he is looking like a 40 to 50 player, but change of scenery could change that very much. And like you said, what this team needs is scoring. And I think both of these guys could be great scorers. And the one thing that does help with bringing both of these guys is they're best buddies. That definitely helps when you bring two buddies to a same team. That just helps a lot of people, and they're probably a little bit happy to get out of Torts' head a little bit. So.
I mean, I think just a change of scenery, you're probably feeling better about it. Anyways, you're like, oh, fresh start. I think that was kind of the report was that they were feeling like excited for that. I do feel bad for losing Peltier in an emotional standpoint. But Connery's such a breath of fresh air. I feel like I've said this a million times, but he understands the process. Although I don't agree that you should be making these trades for a push this season, because I don't care. Like, you're gonna get bounced first round, so I don't care. But this is a great trade in the sense that it could work medium term. It could, right? So, what does this team look like in 3 seasons?
I mean,
Ross and Farabee could potentially be on this team if things work out. So,
Well, you got to think too, because especially in the next few years, if we're thinking that we're going to kind of be going downhill here, eventually you will have to trade the older guys. Then Farabee and Morgan Frost will get bigger roles in the lineup too. So it's nice to have these kind of players here now that we can build off of for the future a little bit here going on forward, right? So I think the Flames won the trade. It hurts to get rid of Pelche for sure. Kuzmenko, didn't really care. It was kind of a waste of a roster spot that we needed to fill. So I'm kind of happy he's gone and not having to deal with that anymore. But I'm excited. I'm really excited because they do play their first game tonight, which when you guys see this was a couple days ago. So we'll give our opinions on how they're playing in the next Flames talk. But I'm excited. I'm super excited for how our 2 new additions will be playing. I'm excited for sure.
Yeah, nice to look forward to. It actually give me a reason to watch a game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good. I think the team is just playing the way it is, and honestly, at this point, we'll see if they make this playoffs. If they do, it's probably a whole lot because of 1, Dustin Wolf, and 2, the other teams are really just trying not to make the playoffs. I'm looking at you, Vancouver.
Oh my God, Vancouver, what are you doing to us? You're teasing. Every Flames fan is getting teased right now with the idea of playoffs for some reason. Like, I don't get it. What have you done to me, man? I remember 2 seasons talking on this podcast, if we made playoffs, that's great. But now I'm in a no expectations league where I'm hearing people being like, oh, let's go for playoffs. And I'm like, guys, we know what the hell's going to happen if we make playoffs. You're not going to make it far.
Well, yes, because I definitely want to play either the Jets, the Oilers, or the Knights.
Oh, those are terrible options. That's our options?
Yeah, that's going to probably be your options. I don't think you're catching up to Colorado's second wild card. Unless...
What's the third?
Unless LA completely it, and then boom. But then you're in the third. But then you still have to play. Yeah.
Over Vegas or Edmonton.
This is why 1v8 needs to be a thing still.
Yeah.
1v8 is a better format. We had better rivalries.
Still be versing in the Winnipeg or Vegas.
Think about some of the rivalries we haven't gotten in years because of that.
Oh, dude. They really knew. You know what? We might have to start a petition to bring back the 1-8 conference.
I think there was some discussion. I don't know how. I could be wrong.
I don't think it goes until Bettman leaves, though. I really don't. Because he was like, let's build in the in-division rivalries. Nah, let's...
Hey, it's going to be boring seeing LA and Edmonton play each other for the, 4th time?
Oh my God. It's going to be like... I love Drew Doughty's quote from that where it's like, it's not a rivalry. We just keep getting our asses handed to us like the Buffalo Bills do with Mahomes.
Yeah, the refs.
Hey guys, thank you for watching this episode of the Puck and Stuff podcast. I hope you guys do enjoy. Sorry this is the first episode of 2025. I know T-Dog and I were kind of disappeared off the map. I grew longer hair and a beard, and he grew longer hair, and maybe he got a bit taller, but life happens. We got kind of busy, but hey, we are back from here on out. We're not leaving anymore.
Yeah. I'm ready to kind of get more. I would really, hey, in the comments, let us know what you guys think about certain content. We had a couple of ideas, so hopefully we kind of, actually do that. And yeah, we'd love to just start making more content again, more consistently.
Yes, we would. And if you guys did enjoy this, I hope you guys do like, comment, and subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 on YouTube. Keep it going. We're so close, but yet so far. So I would love the support on that. And I love the support you guys give on our channel. So keep it up.